All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And his first pass is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Three.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run with Mack. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Wrong. Wrong.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ebron. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mack on the toss. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Wesley Woodyard leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Luck. Ebron with it over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now a toss play. This is Mack. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
carry for Matt. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Well, 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. The first carry for the rookie, it's Jordan Wilkins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 2 there. And it's third down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss. Another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Throwing on third down, Luck. Now he'll escape to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. LaShawn Sims with the INT. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are in positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Forced out to his left. Able to get away. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On third down, Mariota uncorks one for Davis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Locke. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Cyprien. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Following the interception here, Mariota. Man open left side is Brown. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Luck. And that's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Right.
Now Mack looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Luck. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Well, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the read option, it's Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, but it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed, they will keep possession of the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first down throw for Mariota. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mariota to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. The Titans on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On first down, Luck. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. Ebron caught left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
53. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll.
Luck on first down. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's locked. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's locked. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And now Adam Vinatieri. He's into his 40s now. You'd think low to mid-50s, probably about the outside of his range. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Dion Lewis, the first carry for the expatriate. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Check out. 290.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check out. 390. Check out. Be right, be right, be right.
Luck now to throw. Now he's flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Pick up, line 40.
Here's Mack. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Line 60.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Wilkins. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let it roll. Check out. 240.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Luck. Flushed out right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he stays up. Steps away to his left. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Mariota. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They'll run it again with Henry. They find some open field here. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Play action. It's locked. Ebron with it over the middle. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Returnable for Dorsett. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the give, this is their fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They pitch it out to Johnson. And he's got room. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Some good gains going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And some space here. Finding room inside the 40. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jamal Sheard on the stop. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
The Titans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Al Woods coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Luck. Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a 1st down throw. Locke. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Mariota. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Johnson on the counter, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Mariota. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
The Titans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mariota. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now it's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is all 30 yards downfield after that play.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Luck now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Luck now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Luck. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Luck. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete on the deep ball. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. First throw in overtime for Lott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Lott. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Lott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Mack. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
53, be right.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, fourth down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now the first throw in overtime for Mariota. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They give to the fullback on the dive. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. What can Mariota do in the OT? And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And they work this out past the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Backed up deep in their own territory. They were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Mariota on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And that'll bring up second down. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
A second down throw here for Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.